Welcome to today's episode. Today, I want us to look at 7 steps world creation system for career person. This video or today's episode is for people who are career people, such as the doctors, the nurses, the lawyers, the teachers, the engineers. More of like you are an employee, you have been employed. The work that you are doing is not for you, it's for somebody. So today's video is for such category. So if you are working and you are earning a salary at the end of the month, meaning that you have to give your time, pay or use your time to work or offer your time, your value, your skill, and at the end of the day, they pay you. So today's content is for such people. Now, how do you build wealth? How do you move from salary earning to multiple streams of income? And that is what I want us to look at. So salary alone cannot create you wealth. It cannot give you that financial freedom that you want. It cannot meet all your financial obligations. So today's content is based on that. Wealth building is by converting your earned income to income producing assets. So you need to move from just your monthly salary, then you move to things, or you begin to invest in things that at the end of the day you can still receive your salary, but at the same time too, at the end of the month or weekly or monthly or yearly, you are earning extra income. And those are the things that I want us to look at. So number one on the table or under this topic is what? Increase your earning capacity. Increase your earning capacity. So what it means is that your salary is your first capital. So you have to, if you go for interview or as you are in the job, you need to upgrade yourself in such a way that the company will see your value and you can bargain your what? Your salary. So one, you under the increase your earning capacity, you have to what? Develop a high income skills. You have to develop high income skills. What are some of these high income skills that you can develop or you can undergo training so that you equip yourself with those skills? One is AI. Now AI is becoming the topic of the day. So whatever job that you are doing, look around, ask around, do research, enroll for courses, these short 3-month courses, 6-month courses, or maximum 1-year courses that you can acquire the skill of what? AI, that you can use to do your work. So something that takes a job that can take maybe an hour to do, you can use AI to do it within 1 minute or 10 minutes. So you have to what? Develop a high earning income skills. 2, you need to seek for promotion. So along the job, as you upgrade yourself and you equip yourself and you are increasing the target, or you have the target that have been set for you, you have worked so hard that you have been able to achieve the target and even exceed it, you can what? Seek for promotion, or you can request for a high salary earning capacity. Then under the same topic, increase your earning capacity, you can negotiate for your salary increase. You can negotiate for your salary increase. Then you can also create additional income streams yourself. In the working environment that you find yourself, you can also provide a service. If provided there's no conflict of interest, you can provide external service to the company, or you can come up with things that the company will go and outsource, and you have the capacity, or you know somebody that can provide such services, you can also provide. But be very careful and look out for your company policy that talks about conflict of interest. Then number 2, live below your means. Number 2, under the 7 steps of world creation system for a career person is to do what? Is to live below your means. The salary that is coming in some working environment, hardly will you see the company increasing your salary so high. So even maybe a margin of 5% yearly or annually, such a person, you have to do what? Make sure you live below your means. So what it means is that you need to have a rule for your salary. You need to have a structure that your salary has to pass through. In some of the video on the channel you can look, we talk about a rule that you have to take your salary through, which is 50, 30, 20 rule, or you can come up with your own rule. So for my rule, I go for 50, 20, 10, 10 rule. Or you can also go for 50, 20, 20, 10 rule. Just look at which rule is suitable for yourself. Somebody will be asking, what are these rules? So 50% goes to your needs. These needs are, I will not go too detailed into this because in a previous video titled "For Financial Management System" is there. Then other videos such as investing with purpose. So the 50% go for needs. These needs are your light bill, your rent, your hospital bills, your food, your groceries. All these things goes into the 50%. Then 20% goes into what? Into savings and investment. Then 10% goes to insurance and risk management. So this will take care of, so insurance for life insurance, funeral insurance and all those things. Those are things that at the end of the day, if something happens to you, emergency, assuming you've done funeral policy for your family member and including yourself, in case somebody, any family member dies, instead of using your hard-earning money to do the funeral or to organize the funeral, that risk insurance that you've done for funeral, that money, that claim that is coming will be used to do what? To take care of the funeral. Then 10% goes into maybe donation, gifts, or tithe. If you're a Christian, for me, I believe in paying tithe. So my 10% of my salary will go into tithe. So at the end of the day, then 10% will go into want. The want are things that maybe you feel like gifting yourself, or you have to buy some clothing, or sometimes too, you can also use this want to cushion yourself in time of when your 50% money of your salary that you have allocated is finishing, and maybe you need money emergency. So this 10% will be taking care of those things. So number 3, under the topic of 7 steps wealth creation system for a career person, is build an emergency fund. Some financiers recommend that you build between 3 months to 6 months of your living expenses. You build it, you save that money. So assuming your salary, your take-home salary is 4,000, averagely most of the Ghanaian salary earning end up taking home between 1,500. Some also take 700. Let's say 700 to 4,000, 5,000, or 6,000 maximum. That is the average salary earner in Ghana. So I resume it, let me use 4,000. So if you have to save between 3 months to 6 months of your living expenses as your emergency saving capital, it means that you have to multiply 4,000 times maybe 6, which is 24,000. So this, I was listening to another content creator, and it was like, you have to leave this money in cash. But you can also, so this 4,000, which is 4,000 times 6 months, it is 24,000. This 24,000, instead of you leaving it in cash, lie down in a room, in a safe, or you can put it in another portfolio, which is high earning savings account, like trustee, or you can put it in Ziza, that is Zenith Bank, or mutual fund that can be easily accessible within 1 week. Easily accessible within 1 week, or within 3 days, or 24 hours. So this, so that it can be also be generating some interest for you. You don't put it down so that inflation will catch it. When inflation catches your money, what it means is that It has reduced your purchasing power. So in one of my videos, I said that assuming you buy bread, some time ago, we used to buy bread 5 cedis. And even removing your money 5 cedis to buy such bread, you can even feel it. You can feel that, yes, it's worth that 5 cedis. But today, the same 5 cedis, as at the time I'm recording this video, it cannot buy that same size of bread 5 cedis. Today, you need to have between 20 Ghana cedis to 25, 50 Ghana cedis to be able to do what? To buy such bread. So if you have 24,000 Ghana cedis in your account, so these 24,000, if it is lying down for 6 months and even a year, or even let's say this, you have been able to save that 24,000 from last year to this year. Now this 24,000 is lying down. Inflation is catching it slowly. And this year, no emergency has crossed your way and for you to use that money, meaning that that 24,000 is going to lie down a whole of this year and no value is coming on it. So my suggestion is that you can put it in these quick accessible funds like Ziza, like Trustee, like Mutual Fund, like IC Liquidity, so that you can easily access it. Then at the end of the day, some money is going to be added to it because your money will be used to work, will be used to do businesses, and at the end of the day, some value is going to be added to it. So it is not going to remain 24,000 for your 6 month or your 3 month living expenses as an emergency fund. So let's go back to the topic. Then number 4 step is that for you to create wealth as a career person is to invest consistently. So now, when you look at the structure that we went through, your 50, 20, 10, 10 rule, you will see that your first 20% which goes into savings, that money is money that you are not supposed to spend. That money is what you have paid yourself. So that money, you can invest them in financial market or into business. So number 1, if you are somebody who can make time in your 24 hours, so let's say you are an employee, so because you are a career person, you are going to work for your employer, let's say 8 hours, but add 2 hours to it, making 10 hours to cater for your transportation to and fro from the house to the workplace. So now you are, let's say, 10 hours for your employer. Now, in the 24 hours, if you minus the 10 hours from the 24 hours, you have 14 hours. Now, you sleep between 6 to 8 hours. Now, the remaining hours, what do you do with it within the 24 hours? You can build a career, you can build a business, you can do buying and selling, you can create a product that you can sell it to people, or you can wholesale it to people and people will come and buy it from you and go and sell. As an example, I'm a career person. I am working for my employer, but over the weekend after work, when I close, I can sell plantain chips. I can sell something. So I go to a plantain chip seller or somebody who is doing it. I take it from the person as a wholesale and I sell it to people in the evening so that I can make what? Some cash flow. So that is number 1 on the list. You can do business, you can do buying and selling, you can go into the plantain chips manufacturing, or you can do biscuits, you can do drinks, you can do cooking, you can fry yam. I watched a video of a Nigerian guy who said he and his partners, they are about 3 or so, the job that they are doing, and he's having 3 masters. And what financed that 3 masters that he is holding is he is selling plantain chips, he is selling yam chips, or he is finding yam and he's selling. So in the evening, they are into business. Daytime, they are into business. They have even done it to the extent that they have employed people who are doing those jobs for them. And at the end of the day, they are able to do what? Finance their education. And he's holding 3 masters. So if you do not want to do business and you do not have that time, to do business, you can go into mutual fund. You can put your money into mutual fund, index fund, stocks, treasure bill, bonds, real estate. Now, when it comes to real estate, I'm very particular. You are a salary earner, and your salary that you are earning cannot build houses for rent. Don't go for such plans. Go for a strategic real estate portfolio such that you can go in for lands that you can easily rent out for events. So look for a landmark that you can also rent out for farming, or you can rent out that will be giving you a cash flow, weekly cash flow or monthly cash flow or yearly cash flow. So that should be your number one, your first thing. But if you have the financial muscles that you can build the houses and rent out, no problem, you can go ahead and do that. Then you can also invest in your retirement. So you are newly employed and you are young, you can be allocating that savings into your retirement. Meaning that if you are, let's say, between the age of 20 and you have started working, meaning that you can start investing. So by the time you are 30, the money that you'll be needing in your age 30 and 40s to do business, to do investment, to do other things, to take care of yourself, that money that you are investing as of today. So if you are somebody who found yourself in your 40s, you can also invest some of those money so that in your 50s and 60s, the money that you need to do other things, you can be using that in savings and investment in that time. Like I said earlier, you can also go into profitable businesses. So you can look at things that you can also invest. So number 5 under the 7 steps of wealth creation for a career person is to create multiple streams of income. Multiple streams of income. So now that you have invested in a business or in the money market fund, you can also create multiple streams of income. So one example, you need to aim beyond moving from just earning one salary from one employer to multiple stream of income, meaning that you can also create a job that will be paying you remotely. So let's take it that you can enroll for a remote job whereby you are being paid at the end of the week, at the end of the month, that in such a way that when you work for your employer and you close and you come home, you can work between 5 to 10 o'clock remotely and you earn money. So you can also create such. So it's also, that is another form of salary remotely. Then you can also create other businesses. So you can go in for something like businesses such as farming. At the end of the day, let's say, example, you have a rubber farm, you have coconut farm, you have a palm farm. At the end of the day, monthly, you can be harvesting these food crops and it will be giving you what? Money. You can also import things from China, Turkey, and other countries that you think they are industrious and you can buy cheap and come and sell in Ghana and in Africa. So you can also go into rental income. So you can build a rental income, meaning that you can go in for, assuming you have a lot of land and you have built warehouses, you can be renting the land for farming. You can also rent out your warehouses. You can also go into these event planning accessories such as plastic chairs, such as mattresses, such as giant screen for display. You can also rent anything rentable. Even for when it comes to construction, these concrete mixers, these molds, the pillar molds, you can rent them. These are things that you can be renting that will be giving you money. Or you have a house that you can rent out. Things that you can rent, things that provide value that people will come and rent it and use it and return it. These portable, movable washrooms, you can go for them and be renting it for these event planners or these event business owners. So So you can also invest into dividend. When we come to dividend, it means that you are investing into stocks, whereby at the end of quarterly or every 6 months or every year, the company that you have invested into their stocks, like Ghana, like this, MTN, Casapreco, Total, Zain, Petroleum, these companies at the end of the month, there are more companies that are listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange. When you go outside like US, S&P 500, Vanguard, VOO, and all those things, you know them. Some other companies like Apple stocks, Tesla, these are individual stocks. But if you go for ETI, these are S&P 500. So still under number 5, which is create multiple streams of income. So you can also go in for interest income. The interest income really goes to these mutual funds, where you invest in mutual funds, and at the end of the month or at the end of the year, they give you an interest on your money, like Treasure Bill, like EPAC, M-Fund, Stanbic Trust. So these are some of the mutual funds. They give you interest income. It's different from dividend, the interest or fixed deposit. All these things are all interest. So meaning that you are giving your money to a company to work with, and at the end of the day, they give you interest on your money, and it keep compounded. Then you can go for royalties. Royalties, meaning that you have composed a music and people are using it, and people are paying you for listening to your music. Or you have written a book and people are buying it, or you more or less like it's like that kind of franchise kind of a system. You have built a brand, people will come and buy the brand and go and leave the brand. So more or less like let me give an example. KFC is founded in the US, but in Ghana we have in some places we have KFC, which are owned by Ghanaians or other investors. But at the end of the day, it is not KFC himself. So it works similarly like royalties. Or you have a land and you've given it out for them to mine gold from it or natural resources from it. And at the end of the day, they give you, or yearly, they give you royalties. So that is what it means. Or you have, I'll come to digital product. So on the digital product also works like a royalty. Now you have written a digital book or an ebook, and you have listed it online, such as Amazon book or on Seller, and people will come and buy the ebook and they go and read. And that same ebook is still online, and anytime somebody needs it, multiples of people can come and buy it. And or you have a digital product such as a software that people will have to buy and install on their computer to use it to work. So example, like the editing software that we are using, CapCut or Final Cut Pro. So if you are somebody who can build a software, a digital product that people will use, banking apps, accounting softwares, anything digital that can be used on the phone or that can be used on a laptop, all those things falls under digital product. So when people buy it, at the end of the day, you make money out of it. Then you can go into consulting and freelancing. So you have equipped yourself with a high level skills that people will come and seek your knowledge. People will come and seek your expertise. And every hour you spend with them, they pay you for such skill or knowledge that you are giving them. So these are things that you can do to earn multiple streams of income. So at the end of the day, building wealth really depends on single income. So if you want to really build wealth, you need to move from just having that single-minded that it is only my employer I have to work for. But you can, after working for your employer, the rest of the hours in the 24 hours, what you use it to do will determine how much money will be coming to you. If you do things that will not bring you money, at the end of the day, you don't get money. So you have to do things, and those are the things that I am talking about. So number 6 steps under wealth creation system for a career person is acquire appreciating assets. Acquire appreciating assets. As you earn money, the 20% that you are earning, you can, and you have accumulated over a period, and it has become a huge capital that can afford, example one, land. You can invest in land, strategic land position, not just any land, but strategic positions that you can sell later. Invest in land right now, and later you sell it in the next 5, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, which will appreciate. Maybe you bought it at a price of, let's say, 20,000 right now, and you can later sell it 200,000 in the next 30 years or 20 years or 10 years. It depends on the strategic position of the land. Then you can go into rental properties, meaning that you have invested in estates, rentals, things that you can rent, warehouses, or also at the same time cars or vehicles or things that you can easily rent out. Then you have shares in quality companies. So now you are a major shareholder of a bank, or you are a major shareholder of a company that at the end of the day you have invested in companies that at the end of the day it will be giving you a very good income. When they meet for investors board meetings or stakeholders meeting or decision makers meeting, you are part of that meeting because you are a major shareholder or you are a shareholder of such companies. So you can also invest in the businesses also at the same time. These businesses I'm talking about, I'm not talking about this tabletop. No, I'm talking about businesses at the level of, let's say, Kasapreku, a manufacturing businesses or a hospital or companies that can employ more than 200, 500,000 people. That is the level of business I'm talking about. That will be giving you a very huge profit. Then you can invest in investment funds. Investment funds really talks about banks or financial institutions. So meaning that you can choose to invest your capital in these huge financial companies such as Zenith Bank, such as Ghana Commercial Bank. Normally, those banks system like fixed deposit. So meaning that you are investing hugely, and that huge capital you are investing, it is bringing you a very huge return at the end of the day or the month or 6 months or yearly. Then number 7, which is the last one, is to reinvest your returns. So now we started from somewhere on a low key or on a low level income earning to a higher one. So the money that is coming, you reinvest it, you replow that investment into what? The business or the investment that you are doing. So reinvest your dividend, reinvest your profit, and reinvest your rental capital, or reinvest it into financial market where there is compound interest, so that your money will keep on growing for you. It will not be static. Now, to end it with a scripture, don't be like the man who received his money and dug a hole and put it into it, but be like the first two who put their money to work. So whatever money that is coming, whatever return, even if I'm starting with somebody who is starting on a low key, you are selling a plantain chips, sobolo, these beverages, these drinks, frying plantain, or selling something that is giving you weekly or daily income or monthly income or yearly income, reinvest this money so that it will keep growing for you. But the red flag is that the moment the money becomes stuck in a week, in a day, in a month, in a year, and nothing is adding up, at the end of the day, that money will be taken away from you. Nature has a way of taking that money from you. So if you are listening to me, these are the 7 steps that I want to share with you. If you are a career person and you are thinking of what to do, these are the steps that you can follow. Number 1, increase your earning capacity. Number 2, live below your means so that you don't exceed your salary. Have a structure for your money, which is 50-30-20 rule, or 50-20-10-10 rule, or 50-20-20-10 rule. It depends on what is suitable for you, what you want to use your salary to pass through, what structure do you want to give to your money, then you use that one. Then number 3 is to build an emergency fund. It could be 3-month emergency fund, which should come emergency fund of your living expenses for 3 months or 6 months. Then number 4 step is to invest consistently. Invest consistently, meaning that you need to invest in things that will be multiplying your small salary or your percentage that you have allocated for investment to grow your money, invest your money into assets, into a higher capital. Then in number 5 is create multiple streams of income, meaning that you are moving from a single salary earning job to multiple jobs that will be giving you money. So you can work remotely or build a business that will be giving you money. Then number 6, acquire appreciating assets that will appreciate, that you can sell later and it will give you money. Then number 7 is to reinvest your return. Reinvest your return. Now the formula is that you earn an income, you save, you invest the savings into assets that will give you cash flow, then you move toward financial independence into a generational wealth. These are the things that you can do. Now, to add a bonus step, now this is a practical step between age frame that you can do. Between 15 to 20 years, you should start building a skill. Avoid debt, save aggressively, do a lot of saving. Don't spend all the money that comes to you. Pay yourself first before paying others. Then start investing early. Then between the age of 20 to 30, increase your income. Start buying assets, buy or invest in businesses. Start a business, start a side hustle, invest consistently. Then between 30 to 40, expand your investment, eliminate bad debt. So if you are somebody in your school right now, try as much as possible to avoid student loan. Don't go for student loan, because if you go for student loan, it's going to pile up. If you are not lucky to get a job, that student loan will keep on growing with interest until you get employed. And as soon as you get employed, the student loan fund or company will be chasing your employer to be deducting. It has happened to me. It took me some number of years to really pay my student loan. So avoid such bad loans, and avoid bad loans such as going for a loan to go and buy a car and just be using for luxury, or just be riding. You are not using it for business that will be generating you an income. So avoid such bad debts. I took my time to explain certain. Then diversify your income streams. Then between the age of 40s to 50s, preserve your wealth, become a mentor or mentor others, like what I'm doing right now, to advise the young ones that are now coming up, the financial mistakes that we made, so that they don't repeat those mistakes. My children will not do those things. So I have started teaching them what is money, what money can be used for. So you become a mentor, you preserve your wealth, invest, or you maximize your retirement fund. So if you are in your 40s and you do not have anything concerning, or you've not done preparation for your retirement, I'm afraid to tell you, you are running out of time and you need to start doing massive investment and savings to be able to take care of, because you cannot continue to work actively. From 40s going, your health is deteriorating, whether you like it or not. You are deteriorating. The energy you have in your 15 and 20s is not the same as in your 40s, 45, 50. So you need to really invest hugely to take care of your 45, 50, 60s and 70, 80s, and have something to do. Start early. Don't wait till you go on retirement before you think about building a business. So start now. Start some side hustles that will not take so much of your time. then be building it gradually, employing other people, other young ones that need working experience. They should be working for you. And as you build a business, so by the time you retire, you already have something to live on. So in your 50s to 60s, 70s, you have something to what? Live on. You have a reason to wake up every day and chase it. Now, the red flag again is that if you do not have anything doing and you go on retirement, as soon as you retire, boredom will set in, depression will set in, no vision. So you should have something that you can do what? You can continue to chase. You should have a goal that you can continue to what? Pursue. So these are the things that I want to leave with you. So the core principle of today's episode is that your salary makes you a living. Your investment makes you wealthy. Your asset makes you financially free. So this is the step. Move from salary to what? An investment to become financially free. Then your asset build a generational wealth for you. And this is what I want to leave with you. If you have any suggestion, you have any question, leave it in the comment section. If you are an organization, a church, or a group of people and you want us to come and train you on financial management system, kindly let us know. Follow us for more content like this. See you in our next episode.